This is me just getting out here and just really starting my personal development and really trying to go ahead and listen to my heart and listen to the person that I am really just really trying to go ahead and become, or the person that is really my true self, because that is what the spiritual journey is all about, is discovering your true self. And this channel has been really a semen retention channel, and I really have not been great with semen retention. I've learned a lot with semen retention. I have learned how it works, and how to gain the benefits out of it, how to go ahead and tame it. No, have I been on a super long retention streak? No, so I really can't give you how it feels to be on a long retention streak. But at the end of the day, how you think, the things that you think that you're gonna get from a long retention streak are things that you probably are gonna end up materializing in a long retention streak, because that's how things work. Right now, I've been on the progress of not watching no hub. I have not watched the hub in a while, in a long time. Even the soft core stuff that you see on the social media apps, I have not watched that stuff in a long. I have not viewed that stuff in a long time. And right now, if I be honest with myself, I am feeling anxiety. I am feeling a lot of anxiety. Right. The thing with following your heart is, when things are right. For example, I saw a pretty attractive. I saw an attractive girl. I thought she was attractive, and as soon as I saw her, I said, "Hey, that's a cute girl." Like, in my head, and my train. I take public transportation. My train had like a delay, so um, of course it's kind of hard to talk to her on the bus. Like, that's kind of a hard thing to go and do. Yes, you could go and do it, but it's kind of hard to do. But we got off at a station and tried to board onto the train, because it's like a bus bridge scenario that's going on over here. And we were sitting there for a good, like, maybe 5 to 8 minutes. And that was my time to go ahead and say something to her, because she got off at the school station, which is she's having to go ahead and rush a summer class, which already having delays with the train and stuff like that. It's a lot of delays, right? I don't know if she was running away from the class, so as soon as she got off the train, she was gone, dude. And that feeling kind of stung me a little bit, because I was a pretty attractive girl. I wish I did say something to her, but I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. But it is a practice of just listening to your heart and listening to yourself. That is something that I'm really trying to really just go ahead and work on, because if you think about how anxiety works, how fear works, it's all very analytical. And what you really start to get to realize, do it more, is really just learning about more, um, the universe and spirituality and stuff like that, is that you need to follow that path way much more in your life. We are very analytical in the situations that we have. For example, with that girl, for example, right? They always like talk about trying to go ahead and say what's up to a girl, because it's a perfect example. For example, you see a girl, like, you want to go ahead and say something to her, but you get conflicted, because you say, "Hey, look at all the people around. Look at all the people around. What if I stutter? What if I say something wrong? What if she can't hear me? What if it's awkward? What if it's this or that?" You're predicting a lot of scenarios. You're trying to be analytical and try to predict outcomes that's going to happen. In reality, you just have to follow your heart in that moment. Go ahead and approach her. I can't say, I say to do this stuff, but I struggle with, be honest, man. I do. And I'm getting way better at following my heart. This is the whole entire journey. The whole entire journey of this is to really go ahead and master this and be more comfortable in doing it, man. Like saying, like, for example, outside of a gym right now, um, gym in the shopping center where I work at and stuff like that. For example, say what's up to the the person who works on the front desk at the gym. Doing small things like that. That is the way that my self that I view following my true self is being more carefree, man, and just not giving a fuck about other people's opinions, and really just enjoying interactions and being able to give to people a lot of influence, a lot of things that happen. Well, for me, for example, the way the thought processes, the ways I think, the beliefs I have, the emotions I feel towards certain type of things. If you really get deep into this, you really realize that a lot of those feelings, a lot of those thoughts, a lot of those beliefs, a lot of those limited beliefs are not even yours to begin with. A lot of them come from videos. For example, you watch a lot of dating videos, you watch a lot of dating content, and you're trying to figure out ways, or you watch a lot of dating coaches, like, for example, like the podcast, the Red Pill podcast and stuff like that. All of that is putting beliefs and ways of thinking within you. Especially if you go in the comment section, it completely changes the way how you view the world. And if you were at a point where I was at, where, man, I was desperate. I was not desperate, but I was in not a good state mentally, and I was constantly reading the comment sections. I was constantly being in there. I was constantly consuming to a point where those beliefs of how I view women, how I view social interactions, how I view people completely changes the way I think. If you're consuming videos, if you're consuming content that say this is the way how to go ahead and talk to people, like, for example, think of two different ways to pivot this, but you also you have the way first of if you talk to, you'll be creepy, you will be the creep. If you're unattractive, you always have to be this certain type of way. You have to look, you have to be tall, handsome, you have to be all this certain type of things to go ahead and get someone. But in reality, that is not how it works, right? In reality, that's not how it works. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on over here while I'm recording that. My bad. Pure movie stuff. But also beliefs of that, hey, if for example, you trying to go ahead and talk to that girl, you also have limited beliefs because you watch all these masculinity by videos or podcasts, whatever these videos are. I was watching videos on blindly raking ways to go ahead and talk to girls. You don't want to be that guy, man, that if I go and approach her and she rejects me, she got attention off of me. She feels good about herself. She got the free validation. She got this or that. And I got rejected. And I lost there. Did you really lose in that scenario? You're really putting beliefs inside of your mind that are not even your beliefs to begin with. You're letting other people shape your reality. You're letting other people shape your world. You're letting other people's world become your world. How does that make sense? And you really have to detox. You really have to let go of things. You really have to step back and consume less. That sounds crazy, but you have to consume less and consume the right things. Because a lot of things just change the way you think, change the way you perceive, and really alter your way of thinking. So this is my video, my spiritual journey. Do daily videos. It'll be video number 1.